Alright, budget magic time. Playing some black-white tokens in Modern. Seems like a pretty sweet deck-ish, sort of. Ooh. Alright, let's draw another land. Plains? Oh, God almighty. Oh, Lord. I don't know how we beat this deck. Making a bunch of tokens is going to gain our opponent a ton of life. Isn't a matchup you expect? Oh, and a soul. Alright, alright, alright. Well, we can draw a path for that, maybe. Actually, you might be able to get the Soul Wardens with a Racy Alarm. That would be sweet. Triplicate Spirits. So I guess our best bet is to just chump forever? Actually, if they attack with Soul Attendant, oh, please, 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 God. Yes! Wait, 1, 2, 3. I think this works. I think we get to kill that Soul's Attendant. Or Sierra Ascendant. Block. I think we're actually just going to double block that in case they have a path. We need that thing to die. Oh, good. Lingering Souls we can't cast. We are going to need to draw lands eventually. Legend rules themselves with Flagstones. Gets the Plains out of their deck. We're going to be able to raise the alarm and kill these things too. No attacks. Alright, let's raise the alarm. Gains our opponent a bunch of life, unfortunately. Let's draw a land. So I think our best bet is to chump. Is to draw lands, and then chump, and then eventually ultimate Sorin? Seems like a plan. Secure the waste. Sure. Blocks. Blocks. Well, we aren't going to win unless we draw lands. That much I know. Our opponent has an infinite amount of life. If they have Proclamation of Rebirth and can start getting back things, we are really dead. Ghost Quarter, that's not really relevant. Oh boy. Oh, that's hard to chump. It's going to make all their Soul Attendants huge. So I guess now we want to draw a Archangel. Seriously? And not a land. Alright, we're scooping. We would have lost from not drawing lands anyway. Well, that's something. I think we want more removal. And less what? Something like that? Alright, game 2 against Soul Sisters. We do have Zealous Persecution, which can be very good. And a path, which I like. We need lands. I like Spectral Procession, but lands are where it's at. Soul Warden. There's a land. I think our opponent has learned not to attack into us, but we're still going to wait on Raise the Alarm. Maybe they forgot. So your Ascendant. No attacks. Well, let's Raise the Alarm. Gets our opponent gaining some life. Ooh, Triplicate Spirits. Alright, let's attack with both soldiers. And then... Is there a way they could gain enough life to... Yeah, I don't think so. Let's just Spectral Procession. Our Zealous Persecution is even better when we have a bunch of creatures on the battlefield. It's going to be able to kill both of those things and potentially deal us a bunch of damage. No attacks. Ooh, another Zealous Persecution. How do we want to do this? Well, let's attack with everything. And I think Zealous Persecution here actually might just win us the game. Well, it doesn't win it. They didn't scoop, but I don't know if they can come back from this very easily. Attack with everything. Lingering Souls. Well, it's helped that our opponent's gotten mana screwed this game. But, kind of fair. Happened to us last game. Another Sierra Ascendant. Alright, I think Zealous Persecution wins us the game now. Ooh, Intangible Virtue? Yeah, let's just Zealous Persecution. That wins it right away. And attack for lethal. Well, it helped that our opponent didn't have lands, but double Zealous Persecution is pretty good anyway. Run it back. That went pretty well. Oh, one land, lots of removal, and our land is a scry land. Can we keep this? I think it's too risky. Alright, that's somewhat better. Promise of Brunei. I don't really think we want that. We mostly want Zealous Persecution. Over and over and over again. Sierra Ascendant. Let's just lead on a Scryland. Triplicate Spirits, 1, 2. Well, I guess we'll keep Triplicate Spirits. Not Zealous Persecution, but better than nothing. Honor of the Pure. We're going to have to get rid of that Sierra Ascendant. Which is fine, actually. We can just Journey to Nowhere it. So let's Journey to Nowhere, get rid of Sierra Ascendant. It's a good trump to our removal plan. And let's Spectral Procession. No sacking of the Martyr. Flagstones. Soul Attendant. I think we might just double block that thing if it attacks. Yeah, let's double block. If they want to sack it, go ahead and sack it. Martyr down. Ooh, that's not bad. I think we're still going to Lingering Souls here, though. Lingering Souls, leave up Path. Opponent gains a couple life. And attack with our Spirit. I don't think we block this time. Next turn, we Intangible Virtue, Flashback Path, or not Path, Spectral Procession. Gonna Ghost Quarter themselves, thin their deck a bit. They get 2 planes. They get one from the Ghost Quarter. Flagstones, if you're not familiar. When it's put in the graveyard from the battlefield, get to search for planes, put it on the battlefield tapped. Interesting land. Oh, is it come in untapped? Did I? Oh, Ghost Quarter comes in untapped. Alright. We take our beats from Soul Attendant. No attacks anyway. Ooh, Promise. Well, I think the plan is Intangible Virtue, Flashback Lingering Souls. Opponent gains a couple life, but whatever. And then we get to attack with our Spirits. They're vigilant, so there's no reason not to. And I think we're in good shape. Opponent has their own Spectral Procession. Planes. Alright, let's play this Promise of Brunei. Bunri. Whatever, however you say that. This means if we attack with everything, if our opponent decides to block, then we get to sack this and get 4 colorless spirit tokens, 1/1s. That are actually 2/2s, thanks to our intangible virtue. They are going to block. They're going to block everything. Sweet. So it doesn't really hurt us much. Like, we end up with 1 more token, but they all lose flying. Our opponent gains a bunch of life. And then I guess we might as well just triplicate spirits here. Opponent gains a bit more life, but we've gone pretty wide. I wouldn't expect them to have rats in their deck. So I think we're pretty much where we want to be. Opponent has a Spectral Procession, gains some more life. At this point, we're just out-tokening them, though. Planes, not really relevant. Swing with all the dorks. Opponent does some blocking, takes a bunch of damage, 12. I don't really want to path a Soul Attendant. They're going to have to start blocking anyway on our 1/1 spirits, colorless spirits. I think we got there, or are pretty close to getting there. It's not over yet, but seems unlikely our opponent can win from here. Us continually drawing planes isn't helping much, though. So we'll just swing with everything. And we should have lethal next turn. Unless they draw like a Spectral Procession or something. They do. So if we path this, they go up to 8. They can block 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. That was a huge draw for our opponent, keeping them alive. Well, I guess we could lose if we just keep flooding out. That's another land. Alright, we swing with everything. They're about done with Spectral Processions, though. That's their 3rd one. Yep. Rapidly losing tokens. I don't even think we play a land here. We don't really have a way to draw cards. I think our opponent's going to have to block with Soul Attendant finally, which gets rid of all that life gain. They're going to attack? Do they have a Wrath? Okay. We'll take it. I am confused. Alright, gets back the Martyr of Sands, gains a couple more life. Well, we again do not have lethal. Well, let's attack with everything. Opponent blocks. We get to use Spectral Procession. Opponent gains a ton of life, but it's not going to matter in the long run. Like, they don't have many good draws left. And they are back to having to chump with Soul Attendant if they don't draw something. Champion. Well, they don't have to. Well, they do have to chump, or they die to our spirits next turn. I guess it's not even chumping, but they have to trade. So let's attack first. Wow. Alright. Well, let's play planes and just pass. Now they're in a position where they need to... Ranger... God. Oh, our opponent keeps drawing the perfect card. That's going to gain them enough life to live? I wonder if they can get flyers with it. I doubt it. What'd they get? Soul Attendant, Soul Warden. So they're just all in on the gaining life plan. Soul Warden. Soul Attendant. Well, they are still dead in 2 turns. Assuming they don't draw a creature. Every creature they draw adds another turn to the clock with all this life gain. Ooh. Are they dead here? 3, 6, 9. No. Not quite. Alright, let's just get in with our flyers. Hope they whiff on creatures. Sooner or later, they're going to draw land. Oh, that thing's going to get big. Alright, not yet. Now we can always path that thing at some point if we need to. Gains 1,000,000 more life. Makes Pridemate huge. 8/8. Not bad for 2 mana. Attacks with Ranger. Okay, we'll take 4 here. Down to 10. Up to 11. Thanks to our 1 Scoured Barrens. Alright, swing with our spirits. Put our opponent to 4. Hope again that our opponent whiffs. We're 1 damage short. I guess I should have thought of that ahead of time and pathed something in response to the Pridemate. Did you finally draw land or a non-creature? Ooh, here comes the... This looks like a desperation attack. Well, let's start by pathing Pridemate. And then just block, block. Drop to 3. And now we even win through a creature. Or they drew another return to the ranks. Oh my god. Well, buckle up. I should have won that game a turn ago. I should have pathed one of the Soul Wardens in response to that Pridemate, and then we could have attacked for lethal with Zealous Persecution. Our opponent has done a good job of not whiffing. It's been a lot of turns in a row where they had to. And to be fair, like, there aren't that many whiffs in their deck because creatures are not really whiffs. Hero of Bladehold. Alright, well, we're just going to go... They're going to gain a ton of life, but whatever. We get to Play Hero of Bladehold. Gains our opponent 5 life. Gather the Townfolk. It's going to gain our opponent 25 life. That's a lot of triggers. So they're all the way up to like 40. And we're at 3, but we're kind of safe. Especially since we have the Zealous Persecution we're slow rolling. Because I didn't use it to win the game. So now we're slow rolling it, whether we like it or not. Opponent's still stacking. Guess we can just time them out by making them stack all their abilities. Alright, up to 37. We're at 3. Little do they know we have a Zealous Persecution in hand. Seer Ascendant, pretty bad for us. Makes it hard to attack. Well, we are going to wipe their board, which is good. And then we need to find a way to get rid of Sierra Ascendant. So, block. Block everything. And then after blocks, Zealous Persecution. So our opponent loses all their creatures. Alright, let's draw a path. Spectral Procession is something. We can't really attack yet. We need our opponent to attack first. Or we need to draw a removal spell. Pridemate, sure. There's Journey to Nowhere. That's sweet. So now we get rid of Sierra Ascendant. We get to swing with the team. And this isn't quite lethal, but it is a lot of damage. Whew! Yeah, that was attack for almost 40. Well, barring a Wrath, we got there. It took a lot longer than it should have, because I didn't play aggressively enough, but we got there.